Welcome to the Married AF podcast, the self-proclaimed greatest marriage and relationship podcast in the world. We are your hosts, Matthew and Monica Powers, episode 130. Baby, how you doing?
Matthew, I want a divorce.
Absolutely, because that's what we're talking about today. A new phenomenon, and this is a serious thing that's actually going on, where people are now wanting not just an actual divorce, but what I believe is starting with a sleep divorce.
I think that's where it starts.
Absolutely.
Because divorce is still there.
It's still there. And to be calling it a sleep divorce is crazy. So you came across an article from the Today Show, and they did a whole segment about this couple. And apparently this is really catching on with a lot of people. Then they are calling it a sleep divorce. So we want you guys to check that out.
Lindsay and Jared Shelton have been happily married for more than 12 years. But lately, their bedtime routine looks a little different than it used to. Instead of snuggling together, they kiss goodnight and head off to separate bedrooms in what's known as a sleep divorce.
I mean, he's been snoring since the first time we slept in the same bed together, but it started bothering me more the longer we were together.
I've always had trouble sleeping, so anything wakes me up.
Earlier this year, they took the plunge and began sleeping separately. And Joe, were you nervous about bringing it up to Lindsay?
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. Because I think a lot of people equate sleeping together with intimacy, and I didn't want her to think we were separating emotionally or anything like that.
Somewhere around 1/3 of couples at some point will choose to sleep apart from their partners, so-called sleep divorced.
Okay, you guys, this is night 2 of sleep divorce. I got home late because I went out with some friends. Didn't have to sneak into my room because he's not in here. He's in his room.
Lindsay chronicling the couple's transition to sleeping apart on social media.
I'm in the bathroom, about to take a shower with some music on. Is this the life I've been missing?
King-size beds.
And they're not alone. Other couples posting about their solo sleeping arrangements too.
Start off. My room is on the main level. His room, you have to go upstairs.
Even celebs are getting candid. Actress Kaylee Cuoco telling the Armchair Expert podcast how her fiance broached the issue.
So he's like, how do you feel if I sleep in that other room? And he goes, let's try it. Game changer.
But does a so-called sleep divorce spice things up? Or could it lead to an actual divorce?
The concern that so many people have is, oh my gosh, if we choose to have a sleep divorce, that necessarily means we're headed straight to a real divorce. And that is simply not the case for most couples. But the key is how you approach the conversation about sleeping apart.
And the question on so many minds, how do you guys navigate intimacy when you guys are literally in separate beds?
I call it adult sleepover. We have 2 beds, so there's 2 options.
It's typically my place, less dog hair.
Yeah, it's typically his place.
The experts we spoke to say there may be something to it because a well-rested partner is a better partner because you're less irritable and can be a better communicator. But experts also stress if you are considering a sleep divorce, talk about it first so sleeping separately doesn't start to feel like you're actually separating.
So this idea of the sleep divorce, crazy. You can hear in the video, these people this is revolutionary. The greatest thing in the world.
It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely crazy, especially to be able to call it a divorce. So let's just start from scratch. I could understand needing to sleep apart from each other for a short amount of time, the only case being severe sickness.
Yes.
That's it.
We quarantine for if you don't feel good.
Yes.
Because we don't want to share it with anybody else.
No, and it's serious sickness, not sniffles, not COVID,
fevers.
We're talking fevers, chills, and throwing
diarrhea.
up. That's going to get you out of the bed for a short amount of time, but not a permanent sleep divorce where these people are sleeping in complete separate bedrooms. And the idea is, well, I need my space, and he snores or she snores, and We go to bed at different times, and there's all sorts of reasons for it, but I don't think any of them are actually validated for them to be true reasons. What are your thoughts on a sleep divorce?
I think it's the next step to an actual divorce. I don't care what statistics are. Everything that I keep seeing is the reason why people are sleep divorcing is because one person snores louder. Another thing shows different schedules. I get that. I grew up in a house where my aunt and uncle, one worked during the day and the other worked at night. They did not sleep in separate rooms. They had their room in their bed, but they were not in the same room at the same time because one worked during the day and one worked at night. Makes sense. That's not considered sleep divorce, but it makes no sense. The thing for the different schedules for the people that are actually doing the sleep divorce, one partner goes to bed late, wakes up early for work. Okay. Why should that be an issue?
I wake up earlier than you do. I get out of bed, go to our bathroom, shut the door, brush my teeth, shave, shower, or brush my teeth, put on deodorant, change clothes, go to the gym, come back home, shave, shower, and by the time I'm ready to leave, you're just waking up because an alarm woke you up.
Right.
I think this is a pure sign of selfishness, honestly, because the reasons we're seeing are very selfish reasons.
Oh, it gets worse. I'm not even done. Tossing and turning.
Gonna happen.
Yeah, if you have a restless night of sleep.
You know what's
but
gonna
in
help
their
that?
tossing and the turning, though, people are complaining about blanket stealing. I have been dealing with that since the day we've been married.
Listen, I've been saying for quite a while, I want to put a camera in our bedroom, not for the reason you probably think, perverts, but I want to put a camera to find out how I get all of the bottom cover.
You get the sheet.
And you get all the top cover.
I don't get all the top cover.
It always ends up all on your side. It makes no sense whatsoever. I need a camera to find out what in the world
And there's nothing
happens.
that I do to make that happen because I sleep with my own blanket under all of the sheet and the comforter.
That you do.
Because you are a cover thief. So these dummies obviously are doing it wrong.
Well, first things, you deal with tossing and turning. You probably need to check about what's your diet look like. Are you moving enough during the day? Are you having food or drinks right before bed? Because
That's
that will
gonna make you
cause all
restless.
that. To have more restful sleep.
Maybe they need to get a new mattress because if that person is tossing and turning and it's bothering you, one, you probably need to get a bigger bed.
Yeah. Y'all ever seen those commercials where they set a glass of wine on one end of the bed and they jump on the other? All right, they make mattresses to be able to prevent this whole idea of tossing and turning being a problem.
And speaking of, the next little thing on here is it's really irritating. Disagreement on room temperature.
Okay. I got a problem for that also. One, we do have these things called blankets. They're incredible for that. But our bed has heaters and heating and cooling on each side. I like the bed very cold. You like it warm.
Because I'm typically cold at night.
Guess what? There's a way to prevent this from happening.
Yeah.
Whoever likes it.
Doesn't matter what the room temperature is.
No.
And if you don't even have that, the one that's cold, blanket up. The one that's hot, put a fan on you. It didn't have to be on your spouse. It gets better. Frequent trips to the bathroom because it's disrupting their sleep.
Again, that's a
All right.
That's a poor excuse.
Firmness of mattress. We just said one side of our bed does the heat, one side does the cold.
Guess what? We got
Get a sleep number.
Listen, Sleep Number. You wanna advertise with us? Let me know. But
Yes.
Sleep Number is
Oh my God.
incredible.
We got
because
it.
you like the bed a little softer and I like it a little firmer.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what Sleep Number does? We can do that. Mine's a little firmer. Yours is a little softer.
And you can adjust it to whatever. If you do something, you work out too hard and you have back issues, or just soreness. You get that thing on 100.
You firm that puppy up.
It's incredible the sleep you get. And then when you're not in that, you go back down to whatever your number is.
Yeah, you can adjust it as
these are just the
you
worst
need it.
excuses.
Which, side note, a good mattress is one of the greatest investments you're ever going to make. Don't look at buying a mattress as, oh my God, they're so expensive. They are expensive. But the greatest investment you will ever make.
So these other things that they're saying is why people are sleeping apart. Because one needs to get up to go help a child, like a baby crying or a sick kid, or if they're taking care of like aging parents or something. What I'm thinking in my head right now, I cannot say into this microphone.
I mean, we can bleep things out, but I'd prefer you not.
Exactly. But here's what people are saying the benefit of this is. Again, better health. Huh?
I agree. Better health whenever you sleep well. Absolutely. We need to sleep well. Sleep is extremely important.
But sleeping apart is telling them, like, doing the sleep divorce is giving them better health. It improves their mood, it lowers stress, and boosts physical wellness.
You know what else does that? Exercise.
Sex.
Which you're probably going to end up having less of if you do this. So all I'm hearing is just a bunch of selfish reasons for this.
Extremely selfish.
And the only way I could get on board with this is if it were extreme medical type conditions that had to require this. And I don't know what those look like at all. But a little snoring isn't one of them.
No.
Little tossing and turnings, not one of them. Getting up in the middle of the night to pee, not one of them.
And here's another thing that I don't understand. Not everyone has an extra room for somebody to sleep somewhere else.
No.
And I understand that. But now that I'm thinking about it, I know someone who, since they have had kids, their husband has not slept in the bed with them. Their kids are now school age. They are still not sleeping in the bed with their husband. They
with them
sleep
kids.
with their kids.
Yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up.
They don't have an extra room. He sleeps in the kids' bed. Why do the kids even have a room? Why do they have personal things? Are you in love with your children? Are you in love with your husband?
Well, look, that's a whole other conversation for another day, because we know when people have kids move up and spouse usually moves down in what's important.
Which is so wrong.
But when it comes to this idea of the sleep divorce, for all the reasons that you said, none of them I can actually truly find validity. So in the video, you see this couple and they're talking about it, and they kiss each other in the hall before they go to bed. And immediately, what do you see? You see them climb into bed, and you see a glowing screen, and they're just scrolling away. All right, I get. Let's just devil's advocate here. Okay, this is for health benefits. This is for better sleep, better moods, less stress, all of that. What I know for fact is if you're going to separate bedrooms than your spouse, and what you're doing is you're picking up your phone and you're scrolling, one, you're getting less sleep. Studies have clearly shown that screen time before bed for most people can be a deterrent for good sleep. But mostly, is isolation's the enemy's playground.
Absolutely.
And I know that there is no man, no woman who is strong enough to resist temptation that they can find so easily on their phone when they're laying in a bed all by themselves.
Alone.
And this is just the habit. And all it takes is one click, one look, one message, one like, and things start to spin out of control. And I know what you're saying. Well, that's not me. We have a great marriage. That would never happen to me. I'm strong enough. It will happen. It will absolutely happen. They asked about sex because you sleep in the same bed. You get
Yes.
to have sex with your spouse. That's one of the benefits.
Especially spontaneous sex.
Yes, you roll over in the morning. It's like, hello. Absolutely. Get that real good kiss before bed. It's like, oh, yeah, it is on. You're not going to get that little peck in the hallway and it be on.
No.
But they say, well, and they even said in the video, well, it's either his place or mine. You're freaking married. What are we talking about?
There's no yours or mine.
Saying their bedrooms. And then they split off and go their separate ways. So I see this being insanely selfish, but I think it can lead down another path. And what I am certain of is that if you are in separate bedrooms and you're scrolling on your phone, you know what you're not doing? You're not going to sunnyandstoke.com to get stuff to go on your vacation together for Labor Day. That's right. Everyone, right now, go to sunnyandstoked.com because it was formed in the summer of 2020 with a simple motto, don't be boring. Founded by husband and wife Ben and Jessica Wells, two self-proclaimed beach bums and adventure lovers, the brand was born from a love of beach days, salt air, mountaintops, road trips, and chasing the next good time. What began as a small passion project quickly grew into a lifestyle. Sunny and Stoked is all about creating fun apparel that captures the feeling of being outside with your favorite people, soaking up the sun, and wondering where your next adventure will take you. For the sun chasers, adventure lovers, and good timers, go to sunnyandstoked.com. Use promo code MarriedAF for 20% off your entire order. I can promise you these people are not going there and getting awesome, awesome apparel.
No, they're not.
So my thought is, okay, sleep divorce. Where does it end?
Ooh.
Because so quickly, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, so quickly I see sleep divorce turning into, okay, how about dinner divorce too? I'm not that hungry. I'm just going to eat in here. You want to watch something different? I want to eat at the table. I want to scroll my phone. You want to watch a movie? How about we just stop eating dinner together too? And we don't sleep together. Why do we eat dinner together? How about TV divorce? I don't like the things you watch. You don't like the things I watch. All you want to do is watch the game and watch sports. All you want to do is watch Netflix or documentaries. I don't want to watch. How about TV divorce? How about vacation divorce? I don't want to go to the beach. I want to go to the mountains. I don't want to go to Disney. I want to go overseas. I want to go to an island. No, I want to go climb mountains. Let's just do different vacations. Where does it end?
Once it starts, everything else is going to happen. I just could not imagine having that anywhere, divorce anywhere in a marriage. I don't understand why you would even call it divorce. That's just implying that it's happening whether you want to admit it or not, because you're separating yourself from the person that you're supposed to be with. You know, two become one, not two stay two.
No, two stay two and two go separate. And what they do, absolutely not. We talked on our last episode about the micro dates, and we talked about little tweaks lead to high peaks. And it's those little habits every single day that can lead to greatness. Well, it's these little habits that seem insignificant in circumstances like this that can lead to destruction. Because the idea is sleep divorce, not a big deal. We're not sleeping in the same bed, in the same room. No big deal. We're still having sex. We still laugh. We still have dinners. We still do this. Everything's great. We just go to sleep. Okay, that's fine. 6 months down the road, well, I mean, we're both going to bed at 8:30 at night now, but we're sitting on our phones till midnight. But this is just our process to go to bed now. And now we're not having sex with each other. And then that's where it leads to every other thing. So I know people are listening to this thinking, well, that would never be me. Anytime you ever think, well, that would never be me, trust me, it can become you so fast.
Well, it's probably a lot more people than we think, because more than 1/3 of American adults are participating in sleep divorce.
1/3 of people are doing this.
1/3. And the crazy part is they're our age. Ages 35 to 44, 39%.
That's crazy.
Millennials at 43%.
So nearly half of all married millennial couples are sleeping in separate bedrooms.
I just...
Let that sink out. All right, I'm asking everybody here. Let us know. Are we crazy? Are we crazy to think this? But here's the biggest thing I see with that is, okay, you have, they're 43%, you said, is participating in sleep divorce as millennials, which we are. And no, this may not lead to divorce. But how close is your marriage truly? How intimate are you truly? Not just having sex with each other, but how's your intimacy? How well do you really know each other? How closely connected do you truly feel with each other every single day? Do you go through the day thinking about your spouse, wondering what they're doing, wanting to send them texts? Or have you seen that slowly fade away? And you're probably not going to want to admit this, but if I was a gambling man, I would say it's probably slowly fading away. The texts are less frequent. There's less substance. I would be willing to bet the conversations are more logistical. What are we doing about this? What are we having for dinner? Hey, I need you to do this. Hey, make sure you call the AC guy. Hey, make sure that this happens. Don't forget we got that birthday party. I bet most conversations are that direction rather than actually being closely connected with one another.
Well, all those things that are happening like that, the impact that sleep divorce has on people, it shows that there is less physical touch. So if you're definitely not texting each other, there's no way you're getting a little love tap on the booty when you walk by.
Nope. I've said it many, many times. If you're not slapping each other's butts, you got things to look at in your marriage.
There's definitely no cuddling. There's no skin-to-skin contact.
And could you imagine if that was one of your love languages?
Right. But it's making partners feel emotionally distant. Imagine that. Wow.
Shocker. Oh, and the video. All right, so he sleeps in his bed alone. And because it's better, he snores and he tosses and turns, and she just doesn't get great sleep. You know who she does sleep with? Her 2 dadgum dogs. You're telling me you're sleeping better with dogs in the bed with you every night than you are
because they
your
don't
husband?
Get up and go and move to another spot, or if you happen to turn and they're in your way, that's not waking you up.
Yeah, she was pumped because she got to come home from girls' night. She got to go in her room with the lights on, take a shower, play some music, do her thing. And I don't mean to blast her because he's just at fault for this. But I mean, what are we doing?
If I did a girls' night, which I actually did a girls' night.
Last night.
Yeah. Me and 7 of my friends went to see Tim McGraw in concert.
Yes, you did.
It was fun.
You liked it. You loved it. You want some more of it.
Anyways, we are not sleep divorced.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I was passed out whenever you got home.
Yes, but we were in touch with each other.
Yes, I told you.
I was like,
wasn't
a drunken night out.
I was like, hey, I'm going to bed. See you when you get home. I love you. And guess what? You got home close to midnight. And guess what?
You woke up.
I woke up.
I didn't try to wake you up.
No, but I woke up and I wasn't mad. I was excited to see you. I asked about your night. I asked questions. I wanted to hear about it. I wanted to see the pictures and the videos. And so I went back to sleep at about 1:30 or so. Big deal. It's okay.
One night.
It's okay.
So this is also, lowering sex drives.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Imagine that. Because you're not having any kind of contact. You're not having any... You are emotionally distant. Duh. And the biggest one, which is so sad, one or both partners feel isolated or miss the comfort of a shared routine.
Yes. The thing.
Oh my goodness.
The thing about sleeping in the same bed with each other, men. I can speak for men on this. Are thinking sex. Yes, more sex. Part of it can be that. But being able to share that space with the person you chose to marry, the person you chose to spend your life with, it again just creates a certain level of intimacy. You're connected there. You're sharing your bed together. That's meant for you and your spouse. Nobody else. Not the dogs. Nobody else. There's something sacred about that. And this is just splitting that apart.
People are literally asking for advice if they should get a sleep divorce. Not talking to their spouse about these things. They are taking it to social media.
Of course they are, because that's where you're going to get really good, sound advice. I just post it on Facebook. I'm sure Sally down the street has a great opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
If your name's Sally, I don't mean to offend you. I'm just, pick another name. Susan, Karen, Andrea, doesn't matter. Bill, Tom,
anybody.
Doesn't matter. Just saying, the keyboard warrior is probably not going to have great advice for you on this.
It's just over and over. And obviously, this is not something new, especially with their statistics about it.
No, this has apparently been going on for a little while, but it's really...
How sleep divorce saved my marriage.
I
Did it?
don't think it does.
I mean, why are you saying married? Are you... I just don't get it. Maybe because I don't see the selfish side of a marriage. My partner's not selfish. I'm not selfish. I bet these people do not serve each other.
No, because it all comes, again, from a selfish thing. All the reasons you listed, there's ways to get around that. You're worried about snoring? There's earplugs. There's also sleep tests. Maybe he needs a mask. Maybe he's got sleep apnea. There's mouth guards that can help with that. You know what else will help with that? Diet, exercise. Maybe you shed a few pounds. Work up your cardio a little bit. Get active so you are sleeping soundly. Change how you sleep. If you sleep on your back and you snore, maybe try sleeping on your sides. There's things to do to not have to just completely separate the bedroom.
I still can't get over it. There's a third of American adults that sleep like this. What if you don't have enough room? Like, where do you go? What if you have a one-bedroom apartment?
Guess what? Most likely.
Did you turn the bedroom the living room into a bedroom?
Most likely, husband, you sleep on the couch now, bud.
What if you have children and you don't have rooms? Like, the kids actually sleep in their rooms and not with the wife.
Exactly. I mean, we know the solution for that. So dumb. But
what if you have multiple kids in every single room in your house has a body in it, and you want a sleep divorce? Well, where do you go? You can't claim that you're going to get good sleep because of your couch. Because if you're sleeping on the couch, you're not going to get good sleep.
No. And there's just something about when you are as well connected to your spouse the way you should be, just the comfort and the safety of knowing that they are right there with you. I can't speak for everyone else, but I know for me, if you're gone out of town or something, I don't sleep as well when you're not in the bed with me, because there's just this comfort that, well, she's there. Like, no matter what, she's there. And there's a comfort knowing that my person, she's there with me. I
feel safer knowing that I'm sleeping right next to you. I hate when you go out of town. Most of the time I'd make the kids sleep in the bed. So I'm not alone.
Exactly. So if you're doing this or considering this, I would advise you to take a very long, hard look at it. Because while it may seem great, like, oh my God, I'm finally going to be able to get some sleep. I'm going to get my me time, my alone time. The long-lasting impact that this could have on your marriage is not worth it. Because it's a very slippery slope until eventually leads you to potentially divorce, or potentially living in the dreaded phase, and the phase none of us want to get into, but so many of us do, the roommate phase. where everything is transactional, every conversation is logistical. You are just two humans who happen to share a house or an apartment or a place to live together, but you're not actually living life together the way in which it was created. I'd love to hear from people, though.
Obviously, we have to have somebody that's listening that has this sleep divorce, because it's 1 in 3.
Yep. I can't wrap my head around it, but I'd love to hear from you. If that's you, I would love to hear from you. But
I
if
want
you
to
are
know why it started, how long you were together, like when you started, how long were you together and sleeping in the same room before you decided, hey, I don't want to sleep with you anymore. I love you, but I don't have to like you in the bed.
And then I would really like to know, like, real talk,
True benefits.
real conversation. How often are you having sex? What are your conversations like?
To know your communication.
What are y'all talking about? How close do you feel to your spouse? Are you growing together? Do you feel like you're growing closer through this? I'd want to know those types of things. Because if you really analyze it, because people are going to put on a brave face if they believe in this. Oh, it's the greatest thing I've ever done. I can't believe I should have done it all my life. They're going to give you all the reasons why it's so great. But I would want real answers, and also just want to look at the fruits of their life. You know, what kind of fruit are they actually bearing from this decision?
Yes.
And you can only see that by being around them a lot. See how they interact. See, how do they hold hands? Do they kiss each other? Do they hug each other? Do they tell each other I love you? Do they look into each other's eyes? By spending a lot of time, you can truly tell, well, how is that relationship really?
Yeah.
Not that perfect relationship mask we put on whenever we're out in public and around people, knowing you nearly got actually divorced on the ride over something stupid, but we're going to put on a brave mask and show everyone how perfect we are.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know, for real, how is it?
I feel like... so sad to say, but I really do feel like most people are in constant fake mode. And it's so sad.
It's not the way it was meant to be.
I know a lot of people that are that way. And I don't understand, like, you can, when you really get to know somebody, go on vacation with them. That's how you really get to know somebody. And if you can hang with them for that week that you're on vacation or however long it is, and you don't want to kill them and you don't want to hurt their children, that's how you know they're your people.
You also know, like, okay, these people are for real. Like,
They're
what I
real.
see all the time, it's authentic. Because it's real life.
What you see, like how they act at church, from how they parent behind closed doors on vacation, because vacation brings out the real true colors.
Yes, it does.
Just sit and listen to anybody on vacation at Disney, because every other conversation that is going on around you is somebody cussing the other person out because they did this and this and this and this and this.
It's a marital dispute at Disney half of the time.
So the people that you know are the same people on vacation as they are at church, those can be your people. But you also have to put your guard down and be the people that you are when you're not at church. And when you know that's the same, how in the world, if you are so in love and you love this person, how could you not want to be with them at all times? Because obviously everybody's working, right? Most people do.
You would think.
And you would just want to be in the same room with them at all time. So if they are driving you absolutely crazy to the point where you don't even want to sleep in the room with them, I feel like there's a lot that's going on either with you, with your spouse, that you need to go to some kind of counseling and get all of that out, because it has overflowed so much that you can't even sleep in the same room with this person, because the selfish things that are the reasons why people are doing this is outrageous.
It is crazy. So for anyone who's in this, I'd love to hear from you. You're considering it, I would love to hear from you. But if you are considering this, I would ask those tough questions. of how is this truly going to benefit my relationship? How's it going to benefit me individually?
And if you
to be able to
have
grow?
children, what is this telling these children? This is how a married couple is supposed to be. You get married and then you sleep in different rooms.
It's just
Get married, get a 2-bedroom house so you can make sure that you never have to sleep with your spouse.
ultimately it just drives a wedge that you probably don't even notice. But what happens is you wake up years down the road and look at each other like, who are you? And how did we get here?
It's a crack in the foundation that the enemy will get in and absolutely destroy.
Absolutely.
Any kind of cracks. He doesn't want your marriage. He doesn't want your wedding. He doesn't care about any of that. He just wants your marriage to fail. And obviously, if you are sleep divorced, he's already weaseled his way in.
He's working. He doesn't come in like a big booming fashion. It's little bitty whispers, little bitty things over time, and that's how he drives his way in there. So we'd love to hear from you people who are doing this. No judgment, but would love to really kind of hear the benefits of it. You got any final thoughts?
I love you, and I do not want a divorce.
I don't want one either. An actual divorce, a sleep divorce, a vacation divorce, TV divorce, dinner divorce. I don't want none of that stuff. But before we go, I want everyone to go to kingdomandwill.com, because Kingdom and Will is comfort you can feel, faith you can wear, and purpose in every piece. At Kingdom and Will, they are created with a simple conviction. Christian apparel should feel as meaningful as the message it carries. If we're going to wear scripture, it should be crafted with intention, excellence, and genuine care. Our apparel is designed with purpose from the first touch. Every detail, every verse, and every design is curated to glorify Christ and encourage believers in everyday life. We believe scripture changes lives. It strengthens faith, comforts the heart, and points people to Christ. We wanted a way to carry those truths into everyday life clearly, confidently, and meaningfully. Go to kingdomandwill.com. Use promo code MarriedAF for 15% off your entire order. So let's pray and get out of here. God, we love you. We are so thankful to be able to do this. We're thankful for who you are. We're thankful for marriage. The way that you created it is the best way. I know we have ideas and we have wants, we have desires, and we have a plan in which we think is best, but your way is the absolute best way. And our prayer is that every single person who listens to this will be able to see that. They'll be able to see you, but they'll be able to experience a marriage the way in which you created it, because it will blow their mind. So take this to whoever needs to hear it. Let them hear your word and let them see you throughout it all. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Play ball.